basically, I want to facilitate a pandemic of inspiration in the world. Yeah. That's what I see as my purpose. So really excited to be here, and again, acknowledging all of you that it's true. There's a lot of places you could be today, and the fact that people want to step into this kind of conversation in the workplace. I do transformational trainings. I do self-development work. I do emotional intelligence. I've been facilitating with groups for over 20 years, and I've been working with individuals for over 10. And basically, I didn't realize I was in so alignment with Motorola, because when you said that, like the energy and the explosion, I don't know about you guys, but that happened in me when I think about being a participant and everybody having the best of themselves in the moments that matter. Like, that's a world I can get behind. That's what I'm into. And that, when Mark invited me to come and be a part of this, the fact that these are the conversations we want to now be having in the workplace. How do we maximize what's happening instead of be demoralized or victimized by it? How are we changing the culture of gender and fulfillment and millennial conversations versus, yes, I'm a boomer conversations, so I'm bridging that gap. And when I think about where that change has to happen, it's always got to start with I. That's truly what I believe. And when Mark said, would you like to come and be a part of this conversation, I was super excited, because I know my own conversation is going to be impacted by the conversation we're having here today about what matters and aligning with what matters when it comes to vision. So this conversation that we're a part of is super exciting, grateful. What I want to do today is use my skills as a facilitator to open up exploration. As a coach, it's to hear what matters to the individual and how that can plug into what matters. So as a coach, I'm not here to coach you into what I think matters. As a coach, I'm here to support you in what matters to you. And I'm also a provocateur. I'm willing to provoke and challenge beliefs, conditionings that are actually not in alignment with what you say you want. And they sneak in on us. So this exploration this morning, there's a chance that perhaps you might see a way to refresh your relationship with vision, to strengthen it, to deepen it, and if I have my way with it, fall in love with it. Fall in love with it, whether you're just emailing and haven't met yet, or you're already dating, or you're engaged, or you've been married for 50 years with vision. So would it be okay if in 45 minutes you have a stronger, deeper relationship with vision?
Yes.
Okay, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, just checking, because I don't assume, but this is where we're going, and like I said, this isn't the way. My philosophy is this is a way. But if you try it on, you can use it to find your way. So as we explore what we're going to talk about today with vision, first I want to hear from you, because it's a word we use a lot. It gets bandied about a lot. It doesn't necessarily mean the same thing to individuals, and yet as a group we're trying to share a vision. So you tell me, I'd love to hear from several of you, what's the value of vision? What's it mean? What's the value of it? Yeah. Gives you a North Star. Great. Value of vision for you?
Inspiring.
Inspiring. Fantastic. Did I see someone over here? Yeah. Yeah. And we're born dreamers. We're born dreamers. And if we can put purpose and action into vision, like, yes, the world we see possible is much closer than we think. Anybody else that has something a little different? Value of vision. Direction, motivation. Love this. You guys are already doing the first part of my facilitation for me, so that's fantastic. When I think about vision, it's very much clarity and energy. GPS and fuel. Vision, like you said, North Star. If I know, as I'm looking into a vision, what hasn't happened yet, that gives me the clarity and direction of where I want to go. Agreed?
Yes.
Agreed? Yes. Yeah, great. And as Shelley was saying, if you don't have alignment with your actions, with what you say you stand for or what you say you're about, pretty quickly, you're putting in more effort, spending more time in the weeds. So the clarity of the direction, and then of course the energy, which is sometimes underutilized. The inspiration of it. The inspiration of the vision. Like if this is really to come true, what are the faces that impact? Who do I see that this is making a difference with? So suddenly, when Shelley was speaking about Motorola's vision, and then you saw the faces of the miners and the rescue workers, like, that's the energy, that's the inspiration, that's the, oh yeah, I'm going to show up one more time because this is what's possible. And to be inspired by that, and to really give myself that kind of energy and breath of fresh air. In order to do that, relationship division requires tending. How many here, by show of hands, have been in a relationship that didn't get tended and it pretty soon faltered off? Well, the ones that didn't raise your hand, good for you. I want to come to your workshop about relationship.
Didn't want to raise my hand.
That's honest. Thanks so much for that. Relationship requires tending. Any relationship does. And I say it quite simply as this, because work and life, we keep talking about work-life balance. I'm saying how exciting that we're finally in a conversation that says work and life is to merge and support each other instead of being in conflict. So what I know about relationship in life is the same thing about relationship in work, relationship to vision, relationship to why I'm showing up every day. If I'm not tending to it, if it's not getting my attention and my intention, my I do turns into I did. It's easy to get married. It's harder to stay married. So I've got to visit, I got to check in with, I got to take it on dates, however you want to phrase that for you, in a way that engages you. Yeah, I want to show up in relationship with this vision instead of it being something that's I declared and now I'm 6 months into the nitty-gritty and I'm wondering why I'm exhausted and my results aren't here. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Yeah? Okay, great. And owning my vision, the deeper I am in relationship with what matters, my vision, sorry about that, I do that a lot. I'll do it on this side. The space to hear other people's visions is clearer and more open. If I really am in relationship, what matters to me, why I see it's possible, what's mine, then when I'm meeting up and hearing from other people what their vision is, what that matters to them, it's less competitive. There's space to actually hear it, room to commune in that communication, and then find out where the visions can support each other, and perhaps be enrolling others into my vision because it'll support their vision. You with me so far? So these are what we're just talking about today. Now again, I'm an experiential learner, so there's going to be some movement in the room. First thing you're going to do is there's some cards on the front of your table. There's different sizes, colors, pick the one you want. And literally what we're going to be doing today is developing the practice of relationship with vision. Relationship with vision. Relationship with vision. It's a practice, it's a practice, it's a practice. The stronger my relationship is, the clearer the direction, the stronger my relationship is, the higher the energy, the inspiration, the motivation, and the ability to connect with others. To and through vision. Because if I'm connected to my vision, I can connect through it. So, you're going to choose a vision you want to work with today. So, for today's purposes, choose one that matters to you. And whatever your relationship to this phrase is, I'm telling you this is 100% true for this experience. Size does not matter. Pick one that matters to you. Is it a vision for your health? Is it a vision for your community? Is it a vision for your company? Is it a vision for the company that you're planning on building? Is it a vision for your relationship? Is it whatever it is, what I will highly recommend is this one that matters to you. So again, when we start talking about vision, how many of you have had the experience, as soon as I say the word vision, it better be pretty lofty, like pretty big, pretty bold. It's a vision. Well, you had vision coming here today. A vision can be for the next 10 minutes. A vision can be about the next 10 hours. A vision can be about the next 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 years. So whatever one you want to choose, like I said, give yourself one that feels important to you right now, because we're just practicing with it. So again, I've been in these environments enough that people want to pick the most important one. Just set that ego conversation down for a minute. Pick one that matters to you. If it is going to be a world vision, great. If it's going to be a vision for your health, because I'm working with plenty of clients right now, it's January. It's a big focus right now. Anybody made goals for their bodies this year with their New Year's resolution? Yeah, I can see the ones that did and the ones that are like, I did, but I didn't keep it already. So pick one that matters. Take the next 2 minutes, put it down on the card. Like really fill it out. Why is it important? Why does it matter? Who is being impacted by it? Who do you see that's in it with you? Give it some color, give it some texture. So fill out that whole front of that card with as much detail of it that will inspire you. Yes? Oh, sure. I can probably fire off several. So an example of a vision, now it's been shared in the publication, it's the one I'm going to work with today, is my global vision, is harmony. My vision for the world is harmonization, that individuals are respected and celebrated for their individuality and authenticity in a way that now we can figure out how our notes merge together in harmony instead of we all got to be the same note. That's my vision for the world. Now, my vision for my health is I am rewiring that being healthy is hard. So my vision for my health in 2020 is strength with ease. So again, vision, you can see the direction I'm going. So there's actually some weight loss numbers in this vision with my health. There's direction to go towards, and the inspiration is because I'm sick of it being hard. I want it to be ease. I want to create ease in my body. Does that support? So again, it can be about your health. It can be about relationship, a vision for a marriage, a vision for your family. It can be a vision for your company, your own personal career path. It's almost inconsequential which one you pick, except that it be one that matters, because that'll bring some juice to the game. So taking about 30 more seconds, and again, as much detail. That would have it worth your time, your effort. That would have you show up for it again and again. Anybody need more time? About 10 more seconds. Now you're going to transition and make an edited version of it. So if you want to flip it over to the other side of the card, however you want to do it, or just drop down a couple of lines. But now you're going to take this three-dimensional, like again, as many details as you gave to it to create some three-dimension to it, and summarize it into your elevator pitch, your one-line vision statement. So take now, as you see what you've written, what matters, what you see possible. So again, for example, as I talk about my vision for the world, there's a whole lot of detail to it. When I really want to just land it with people, it's my vision for the world is harmony so that individuals are celebrated and respected in a way that creates connection. So now take that so that you have it in one statement, one mouthful, one bite size. So whatever that vision is that you're going to be working with today, that you now have it in a one sentence ability elevator pitch. Everybody know what an elevator pitch is, right? If you get to meet that person that can make your dreams come true on an elevator, you better be able to say it in one handshake. So you want to have one sentence now and repeat it to yourself a few times. A vision for the world, harmony. So individuals are celebrated and respected in a way that creates connection. So say it to yourself a few times. The more you can reference vision, the more you can recite it, the more you can just hear it again and again, the more consistent and deeper the relationship. Can you see that? Because in a moment, we're going to do a mingle. For those of you that don't know what a mingle is, it means you're going to get up, stand up, move around the room. You're going to get to as many people that are here today as possible and introduce yourself. But there will be no names. There will be no what I do for a living, no ages, there's no zodiac signs. It's just simply, hi, how are you? I'm Harmony.
Hi, I want to support people to achieve.
Nice. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And the handshake and the eye contact. What I loved about that, Todd, for that moment, because those of you couldn't see because you're behind him, he looked down first, and as soon as he looked up and set his vision directly into my eyes, I felt what it feels like for him when he says it. So in this exercise, like I said, it's a mingle. You're going to get to as many as you can. No names. It may feel awkward. Great. Welcome that, because if it's awkward, then it means something new is happening. And you want to introduce yourself to as many people as possible. Eye contact, handshake. I am, and whatever that vision statement is, and then listen to theirs. You'll get to as many as you can. We'll take the next 2 minutes or so. So everybody on your feet. If you need to take the card with you as a reference, do it. But you want to get to as many people as you can. Hello, I am, and whatever your vision statement is, get to as many as you can. So again, the value of experiential learning is because once I'm up and I'm in a task, sometimes I can see myself from different perspectives. So now I just want to hear from a few of you. What did you experience every time you got to say it? What did you experience as you repeated it again and again and introduced yourself that way? Sorry? Yeah, each time you said it, could you feel it reinforce? Yeah, suddenly, I don't know about you specifically, but my experience always is, every time I say it, it starts to become already happening instead of something that hasn't happened yet. So good. What did you experience as you got to share it again and again? Yeah.
I actually responded.
So each time you did it, you got a chance to see how you want to strengthen it and hone it. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes?
I like being able to connect with what someone believes in as the first thing to me.
So having that kind of introduction to somebody about what they believe in. And how was it sharing what you believe in?
It felt good. It felt nice to be able to say what I believe in and have that be part of how I express myself.
So great. A couple more. What did you experience as you shared it? Yeah.
I think bouncing off of what he said, I think hearing people like relate to it, I think it made me more confident saying it, and maybe people also see this vision too and believe in me, so it made me believe in myself and got more confident every time I said it.
So people's actual response to you as they smiled or they appreciated it or whatever had you feel more confident in it? Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you. Yes?
It felt like everything is more open-hearted and joyful and connected. It creates harmony.
Really, are you sure? Because vision is very serious work. It's very, very important, lofty, heavy, dense, black hole type work. I'm not sure if we should be having fun when we're setting our visions. Okay, great. One more.
It's connection.
So I had really wonderful responses from people, but it made me more anxious.
It made you more anxious.
More anxious about, am I going to really stick to it?
Because if there was, and again, any information that comes is valuable depending on how we use it. Any information that comes is valuable depending on how we use it. So this is where the emotional intelligent work come in. This is where the transformational work comes in. Because if I notice declaring it suddenly puts skin in the game for me, that'll either become a weapon or a tool for me. Can you hear what I'm saying? How many of you can recognize that, what she's talking about? Yeah, like all of a sudden when I start telling people I'm devoting my life to harmony in the world, well, I gotta quit flipping people off in traffic. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Right? So it puts some skin in the game. That's so great. And again, developing that relationship to it, the clarity of it, I can start to see what gets a little bit in the way. How many of you said your name, even though the instructions were introduce yourself as your vision? Right? So, welcome to habituated conditioning. So, just even that is worth seeing. Like, I want to be my vision. You had permission to drop the name, and yet we're so conditioned into that. I still have to give you my identifying moniker. Right? Isn't that so great? We are just so wonderfully habituated. And the reason I love that is because anything that's already a habit, if it's not working, habits can be rehabituated. So, how was it hearing other people's vision?
I want to know more.
Yeah, like you want to sit down and talk about it more? Yeah, like, oh, that's what an elevator pitch should be. It's the amuse-bouche. It should get you fired up and like, I want some more, I want some more. How was it listening to others?
I was just saying, pretty good at every dinner party you start off with, that's the vision statement. Chat was so good.
And then say it again.
Chat is so much better at every dinner party you start off with that.
Right?
So what to talk about.
Like, imagine that. And I love that you're saying that because that's what we're talking about here. When we talk about work-life balance, why shouldn't those conversations be happening at our dinner table so they'll happen at our boardroom tables and vice versa? Like, one of the most important places I've got to facilitate is 5 kids to the dinner table and a conversation that will tell me a little bit more about them. That's so yummy. Thank you so much for that. As you can tell, I got really excited. How was it listening to other people's? Yeah.
It was interesting seeing the diversity of visions and how you mentioned, you can have a vision for the next few minutes, for the next month, for the next 5 years. So hearing the diversity of visions in this room will empower.
Good.
Collectively, we're going to do so much.
That's so great. And I love that diversity can become empowering because sometimes what happens when I do exercises like these, people start to get vision envy. Well, I'm not sure I want mine anymore. That one sounds pretty cool, and I think I'm a little bit more excited about that one, right? So, and I call that, tending to your goal. You really want to have a relationship with your vision, for sure. How was it listening to other people's? What did you notice? Yeah.
I like that they were all different, and some people wanted to serve themselves and some wanted to serve others.
Yeah. And how cool it is to know it can be different to different people. And we're still under the same roof, and the seas haven't boiled, and the birds aren't flying upside down, even though your vision and my vision aren't the same. It's so great. Yeah.
You gave me a little insight into how their minds work, how they set up the vision.
Yeah. Because when we do have that kind of conversation with people, it becomes apparent what's important to them. And if we're going to be discussing how to have shared vision in a work culture environment, then when there is a company vision or a CEO vision or what have you, where it seems to strengthen are the places that, because the individual visions are supported by the overall vision. So if my vision is more important to my family, then suddenly now the sales numbers are relating to me because this means my family's provided for. Can you hear what I'm saying? As I listen to the difference, what matters to that person becomes more apparent. Would you agree? Again, for those of you that haven't worked with me, which is most of you, I actually don't ask rhetorical questions. Ask my kids, they'll tell you quite exactly. She's always expecting an answer. Because what you are going to do now is pick one partner to work with and deepen this. So I'm going to give you some parameters and some structure around it because we are doing a lot in 45 minutes. But you're going to find somebody that's nearby. If you feel like it would be more valuable to you to pick somebody you don't know, then do so. Sort yourselves out. You'll have your vision card with you, and you'll find the two of you face to face somewhere in the room. So if you're just going to turn to the one next to you or the one behind you, but pair up so that everybody's got somebody to connect with now one-on-one. So you're going to set up a seated dyad where you're facing each other. And if I still may have your attention for one more moment. So, does everybody have a partner? If I may have your attention for one more moment, please, before we begin. I'm going to give you some parameters for this. Does everybody have a partner right now? Do I have someone? Not yet? So we still have one right here. Mark, are you available? So everyone has someone? Yep. So, right now, the first part of the experience is actually speaking one direction without response. So usually when we get together with people, we're in dialogue, so I'm giving you permission for monologue. And if you're the listener, you have a break because you actually don't need to respond. You're just taking in whatever your partner's sharing with you. So you'll figure out who partner A is. That's the one that's going first. I'm going to give you 2 to 3 minutes. Well, actually, first let's just do this, just in case. Partner A, raise your hand. You're the one that's going first. So you guys sort it out? Okay, great. Yep, so partner A right now, again, even if you already did it with this person, look them in the eye and give your vision statement. I am, and whatever that is. So partner A, look partner B in the eye, partner B listening. I am, and whatever your vision statement is. Go. All right, cool. Every time you can own it like that, take the opportunity, whether you're repeating it to yourself in your car or you can share it with another person, I invite you to grab that opportunity. Now, partner A, your turn again. I'll keep track of the time. You're going to have the next 3 minutes to talk about why this matters. Okay, so now deepen into it. And before you begin, if I may, take a risk. When you talk about why this matters, don't think about being judged. Don't think about whatever your ego wants to get in the way of and say, is it okay to say that? Reveal yourself, take your level of risk, but I invite you, in an opportunity like this, take some level of risk, that the other person gets to know you by learning about what matters to you, because that's super valuable. So you're going to take the next 2 to 3 minutes. I keep time. And then, again, if partner B wants to ask some questions, whatever will support you, but you're going to convey to them why this really matters. So take the next 3 minutes, begin. Now, how the experience is now going to deepen is now the two of you are going to collaborate for the next 3 minutes. You've gotten to know the one you're with somewhat better. Is that true? Yep. Okay, great. How do your two visions have the potential of supporting each other? How do your two visions have the potential to support each other? To play, if I win, you win. If you win, I win. Start a dialogue of connecting the dots to how even if the one you're with is sharing about health and you're sharing about world vision, how can they still help? Is somebody willing to play with me? Volunteer?
Yeah, I'll volunteer.
Yes, great. So, just as an example, so you heard my repeated about the
Would you like
harmony.
me to stand with you?
Sure, that'd be awesome.
All right, Todd.
This is one of the bonuses of being me. So, your vision
Yes.
that you've been talking about and why it matters to you. Give me a synopsis of that.
So it's supporting others to achieve.
Okay.
So I was a teacher or I've been working in education for over 10 years. So that was really important to me. And
Yeah.
as I was explaining to Barry, my partner, I think it comes from how I was brought up and how my parents supported me through all the different roads and alleys I went down, whether they necessarily thought it was a great idea at the time or not. They kind of allowed me to make my own mistakes and supported me still to eventually become the wonderful human I am right now.
We'll give you a message from me. Well done, them.
Thank
Okay?
you. Thank you.
Now, mine, if you've heard before, is harmonization, because I really truly believe the more authenticity and owning of the unique gifts, the more room there is for us to share the space, share the music, to create that. So now you and I get to open up
Yeah.
about how that supports each other, because you making a difference for, what's the age group you want to work with?
Anyone, really. I've worked from nursery school all the way through to what we call sixth form in the UK, so which is
Okay.
18 years old. But I'm now currently helping my good friend Seb Terry, just here. And he has his own business and things like that, so trying to support him and help him achieve.
Yeah.
And as a result, I'm achieving through that. So
And what I heard as you shared about yours, because this is what's lighting me up now about how ours connect. Your parents let you make your own mistakes. Did I hear you clearly?
yes,
So did they try to make you them?
no,
No. They wanted to find out what note you were
yeah,
and harmonize with that for the best you to come about.
absolutely.
So That's what we're talking about. And then if you want to, any way you see how Harmony supports what you're up to.
I think this demonstrates it. I think asking for a volunteer and me coming up created harmony between us. And we get to share this moment together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So now you're going to take the next 3 minutes or so, 3-4 minutes, because we're actually running out of time rapidly. Spend the next couple of minutes and connect the dots. How can your vision be supported by theirs, and how can your vision support theirs? And now let's take a couple just examples of how do your visions support each other. So you choose who you want to speak from your dyad pair, and how did you notice that your visions could support each other? So what dots did you connect? Yeah.
I think we just connected sort of working in holistic environments, breaking down silos, and maintaining your integrity when you express your position.
Yeah, so that can support, even though the visions weren't identical, that would support both. Super good. What else? Yeah.
Going on what, we were talking about relationships and kind of in our professional and personal backgrounds and what we benefited from our quite similar backgrounds, but how we develop what we're talking about, who we're talking to, and how to go a bit deeper with some of our relationships to get what we want.
So depth in relationship. Super good. Yeah.
Ours is how you have to, it's kind of that chicken and egg, where you take care of yourself and take care of somebody else. And Sebastian, my partner, has great, like the air mask is clean, or you have to put on your own, put on the next person's.
Yeah, if you want longevity, that's for sure, right? And here's what I love about chicken and eggs. Who cares where it starts? Just start. Right? Right? Yeah, that's great. One or two more. How did you connect the dots? How do your two visions support each other? Yeah.
So he works in, I'll let you say it.
Sports and education have some overlap in entrepreneurship.
And I am in sports, and I am about to start my own business. Or I am actually in the process of that. So.
That's so great. And sports and education and sports background and how that can support. Shelly was talking to me earlier about her softball background, supporting her in what she does in business. Like, there's so many ways to connect and feed and fire up. And when you're sharing your vision in the ownership of, just check in. The clearer you were with yours, was there more space to hear theirs? Yeah? And if not, I ask you to continue practicing that. Because the clearer I am with harmony, now, like, and this is just the way mine's working. I'm not saying this is the way. This is what I have discovered. Because now I'm harmonizing with visions that aren't the same as mine. Because it's actually my vision coming to life. Right? So as we move through into this step right here, right now, if you want bonus homework, is to find this one you were sharing with somewhere before the end of the day and practice now enrolling them into your vision. Because how many of you know a powerful vision isn't going to happen if you're the only one in it? Powerful leaders, powerful visionaries, enroll others into their vision. And here's the way through. It's about relationship. Because if I enroll you into my vision and it's only about me, now I've driven you into this. And how long is that going to be sustainable when it doesn't matter to you? Right? But now that I know what matters to you, because how many of you heard what matters to your partner? Now I can sense the fact that you want to impact. That totally supports what I'm talking about with harmony. Because I don't have to be an identical note to support another. So the bonus homework, should you choose, is to start to ignite this ever more so, because again, it's a practice. Owning my own vision, clarity about it, seeing it, and being committed to it. As I connect with others, the clearer I am, the more space there is to hear theirs. Find the common ground and say, yeah, come join me with harmony. Come join me with impacting others. Come join me with taking vocation and making it into career learning and income, or whatever that is for you. Can you see that? So enrollment into vision requires being in a relationship with the one you're enrolling. So clarity and energy. Valuable?
Yes.
Because if they're not both being ignited, you're robbing yourself of some of the power of vision. So both the inspiration and the energy and the motivation, as well as the what direction should the next step be. Relationship to vision requires tending. I got to remind myself. I got to take my vision on a date. I got to look at it on the bathroom mirror. I got to say it out loud to at least one person every day so that it stays vital and present tense. And I do, not I did. Valuable?
Yes.
And the way to spread and get others involved in my vision is to be so clear on mine that I'm open to hearing theirs and we can find our common ground. And with that, I am out of time. I could have done this all day. You guys were amazing. Thank you so much.